What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super video. Today, Bandai has revealed to us the yellow and black cards in the Clash of Fates themed booster set, and I'm excited that we're getting more Piccolo support and more Namekian support, and I am so happy I was right that they would be giving us a Porunga card. I cannot wait to play with this card. Let's go ahead and check out what all this shit does. So first up, we have our leader, Dende, and he is in fact a Shenron leader. I knew they were going to make a Dende Shenron leader, and I'm so happy that they actually did. Now, he's got the same permanent that this card can't attack, similar to the way the Dragon Ball leader has. And activate main burst 2, switch this card to rest mode, choose up to 2 Dragon Ball cards from your deck or life and add them to your hand. And then when there are 7 Dragon Balls in your drop area, choose a Namekian card in your drop area, add it to your hand, and flip this card over. So I like that it has the versatility of just choose any Namekian card in your drop area and add it to your hand. I feel like that's pretty unique to this leader, and I hope that we see more specific archetype effects like this with future leaders. On the Awakened side, we have Piccolo brimming with confidence. I was not expecting the Awakened side to be Piccolo. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. I'm always happy to see more Piccolo cards, more Piccolo support, and it's awesome to have another Piccolo leader. His activate main says once per turn, choose one, draw one card, choose a yellow desire in your hand with an energy less than equal to your current energy and activate its activate main skill, or remove 7 Dragon Ball cards in your drop area from the game. If you do, choose all of your yellow Namekian leader cards and your yellow Namekian battle cards, and they all gain plus 10,000 power for the duration of the turn, and then you flip this card over. So he gives a super boost to all of your Namekian cards as long as they're yellow. I wish that the specification wasn't yellow Namekians. I wish it was just Namekians in general, but I guess they thought that that would be too overpowered for the ability. I don't think that it would be, but that's just me, I suppose. And I'm sure this ability will seem even better once we find out what the super rares are for yellow and what their effects are. Up next, we have number 50 in this set. It's our skill-less filler card, Son Gohan. He's a 1-cost 10,000 power with no abilities. I don't know why they keep doing this. I mean, I suppose that there are some ways you can use them, but in this specific set, there is no cards that really interact with this Son Gohan, so he's literally just a waste of space. Then we skip on over to number 52. Hopefully number 51 is a Gohan or a Krillin card. Either way, getting to see a super rare for either one of those characters would be pretty cool. He's a 2-cost, 10,000 power. When you play this card, you may choose 2 non-black battle cards in your opponent's drop area and place them at the bottom of the deck in any order. If you do, draw 1 card. So it's similar to other cards we have with the same abilities for different colors. But honestly, I don't know that you would necessarily need this card in the deck. You could run a couple of them to put cards back to prevent your opponent from using them to wish them back, but I feel more like this Krillin would be better off as a side deck card than a main deck card. Then we skip over to number 54, Piccolo Potential Unleashed. So hopefully that means that number 53 is going to be a Piccolo super rare. I would love to see more Piccolo cards, and this card pretty much guarantees that. He's a 2-cost, 15,000 power with Union Absorb for 2 yellow and 1 other. Says choose 1 nail card from your hand or drop area and place it under this card. If your leader card is a Shenron card and your opponent has 3 or more cards in rest mode, choose up to 1 yellow Namekian card with an energy cost of 4 from your deck or drop area and play it on top of this card in active mode. Then shuffle your deck if you look through it. So I like how you put it in active mode specifically. So you can actually attack with this Piccolo, KO like a cheap battle card or something, then use the Union Absorb to absorb a nail and evolve him into whatever this new Piccolo is going to be. I'm really looking forward to all this Piccolo support, and having more Union Absorb stuff is really cool. Now, I don't understand exactly why this Union Absorb has a cost of 3 when we just got the Hellfighter 17 in set 5 that also has Union Absorb from your hand or drop area and doesn't have an energy cost at all. I feel like Bandai really just can't make up their mind on when they do and don't want Union abilities to have an energy cost that kind of balances the card out. Up next, we got number 55, Namekian Solidarity Piccolo. He's a 2-cost, 10,000 power, and when you play this card, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 Namekian card in your battle area, and up to 3 Namekian cards in your drop area. and place the chosen cards from your drop area under the chosen card in your battle area. So not only does this give you a cheap battle card to play, but it also replaces itself by allowing you to draw a card, and then the ability to put up to 3 Namekian cards underneath another battle card allows you set up for other cards in the archetype that we'll get to in a moment. Then we have number 56, Ancient Wisdom Guru. He's our super combo. He's a 3 cost 15,000. When your life is at 5 or less, draw 1 card and gains 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. Unfortunately, he is a 3 cost, so we can't take advantage of him the way we would with Sayonel from set 4 with the previous Namekian support. Up next, we have number 57, Life or Death Nail. This is one of the reasons that we have Namekian Solidarity Piccolo, with its ability to put Namekian cards underneath another Namekian in your battle area. He's a 4 cost, 20,000 power, with Evolve for 2 energy on a nail. His permanent says if there are 2 or more Namekian cards under this card gains Barrier and Double Strike. And then he's got Auto Sparking 5. When you play this card, you may choose 1 card from your life and add it to your hand. If you do, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring Barrier, and switch it to Rest Mode. So he allows you to get an easy KO on one of your opponent's battle cards, and he doesn't care about Barrier, so you can get rid of some of those Barrier blockers, or those battle cards they're trying to keep in active mode. I think Bandai is putting more cards out there that get around Barrier, so Barrier is less of a problem because a lot of people complain about Barrier on a pretty consistent basis, and I guess this is one of their soft attempts to be able to reconcile all the problems everybody has with Barrier cards. Up next, we have number 58, Nail Pride of Namek. He's a 1 cost 4,000 power, and I really like this card. His auto says Burst 2. At the end of a battle in which you combo with this card from your hand, if your leader card is a Namekian card, play this card in Rest Mode. His activate main says choose 1 other Namekian card in your battle area, place this card under the chosen battle card, and that card gets plus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So not only does this give you a nail to set up to evolve the 4-drop nail into, but this also gives you a card that you can place underneath that nail as well to give it its Barrier and its Double Strike abilities. If I'm not mistaken, this is also the first battle card to come into play after you combo with it from your hand that does not cost an energy like the Raging Spirit Son Gohan or the Double Shot Super Saiyan Vegeta. That could be a trend that we start to see in the future. Now, although this one can't attack per se, he also does still come to the battle area to provide you with future support, such as evolving him, or just as additional combo fodder to be able to combo with him a second time from your board. Then we have number 59, Wishmaker Dende. He's a 1 cost 1,000 power. When you play this card, choose up to 1 Dragon Ball card from your deck and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So with this card, plus the leader card, right there, that's 3 Dragon Balls that you can get out on your first turn. Although Dragon Radar would be a bit better since it allows you to search for 2 Dragon Ball cards. The difference here is that this Dende also has the activate main. Choose 1 other Namekian card in your battle area, place this card under the chosen battle card, and that card gets plus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So if you were to combo the nail, then play the Dende, then the Dende can go back underneath the nail to be able to set up for that 4-drop evolution. Then, because Bandai wants you to have more Namekian cards in your side deck, we have Cargo, Namekian Youth. He's a 1 cost 1,000 attack with the auto. When you play this card, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's skillless battle cards in Rest Mode and KO it. So this is going to be a really niche side deck card, because not a lot of decks play skillless battle cards. Some of them do with some of the new strategies, like the Yamcha, for example, or even the Son Gohan that went along with the rest of the red archetype in set 5. But again, this is going to be a card that you're not really going to see a whole lot of play out of, because not a lot of people are playing those skillless battle cards. If they do seem to pop up or be a little more relevant, then obviously Cargo is going to become more relevant as well. Up next, we have number 61, Twin Revival. It's going to be our first of the Wish cards. It's a 3-cost Wish. Activate main says if your leader card is a yellow Shenron card, choose up to 2 yellow Namekian cards with energy costs of 2 or less in your drop area and play them. I hate that it specifies they have to be energy cost of 2 or less, because there's so much more we could do with this card if it was just 3. Just 3. Doesn't have to be 4, because then you can get the nail or whatever. At least let it be 3, because we've got so many good 3-cost Namekian cards. We've got the yellow Piccolo that came in set 5. That would be perfect for this. We've also got the blue Piccolo from the Tournament of Power that gains blocker and has barrier. That would be a perfect card to be able to bring out as well. This card's still going to be great for this deck. It would be so much better if it was 3 or less instead of 2. Up next we have number 62, Assimilate. It's our successor of Hope for Namekians. It's a 0-cost extra card that says choose up to 1 green or yellow Namekian card with an energy cost of 2 or less from your deck and add it to your hand. Again, that 2 or less really, really hurts this deck. If it was a 3, you could search your super combos, you could do so many more things. I mean, hell, Successor of Hope allows you to search anything 5 or less. Anything with swap 5 or less. That includes your super combo, and I think she was a 4-cost. But this one only allows you to search 2. Now, this one does have the added bonus of being able to search green or yellow. That, on its own, makes it really nice for you to be able to play both green and yellow Namekian cards in this archetype. This also means that with 4 Assimilates plus the 7 Dragon Balls, you're essentially limited to a 39-card deck. Or, if you want to look at it another way, you've only got 39 cards that you're going to have to dig through to get to your combo pieces. So, depending on which way you want to look at it, it can be a really good thing, or it can also be a really terrible thing. Then we have number 63. It's our new Negate for yellow, Solar Flare. Negate the attack, and if your leader card is yellow, choose up to 1 of your yellow battle cards with an energy cost of 2 or less, and it gains blocker for the duration of the turn. I'm not quite sure why this archetype, why yellow specifically for Clash of Fates, is all about 2 or less. But if you're giving a card with 2 or less blocker, what good is it really going to do besides to just block 1 free attack for that turn? Your opponent can still KO one of your battle cards because of it, but for the most part, they're going to be no more than 15k, and that's really not going to do a whole lot to deter your opponent besides just delaying them 1 turn. As an added bonus, Bandai also revealed the black cards for the Clash of Fates, and it gives us a new leader that is also a Dragon Ball leader. Same abilities as the previous Dragon Ball leader. It can't attack, switch it to rest mode, choose 2 Dragon Balls, add them to your hand, and then shuffle your deck or life. And there's 7 Dragon Balls in your drop area. Choose a desired card from your drop area, add it to your hand. Now this is where Porunga comes into play, as he's our new Shenron leader, savior of Namekians. Once per turn, choose 1, draw a card, choose a desired card from your hand with an energy cost less than or equal to your current energy, activate its activate main, or remove 7 Dragon Ball cards from your drop area from the game. If you do, choose 1 battle card with an energy cost less than or equal to your current energy from your drop area and play it. So, this allows you to get any battle card as long as you have the same amount of energy as its energy cost. That right there can give you a whole lot of potential to do some real damage, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of people trying to make this leader work, similar to the way they did with the first Black Shenron leader, because it, gave them triple attack. And it allowed you to be able to push for game with just 1 simple battle card and the leader's ability. I feel like this could do the same thing, because you can just dump your hand, dump all your resources to get your opponent just right there on the brink of defeat, and then just out of nowhere activate that last ability to bring any battle card back and just swing and punch them in the face. I knew we would be getting Porunga as a Wish leader, although I am slightly disappointed that he has nothing to do with anything Namekian whatsoever. However, I am happy to see that he will be just as good as the previous Shenron leader, and that we can hopefully see him seeing just as much play as the Black Shenron leader that we got in the starter deck. Up next, we have number 65, No Escape Son Goku. He's a 1-cost 3,000 power with Deflect. When you play this card, draw 1 card, and players can't use non-keyword skills to return battle cards in the battle area to their own hands during their turn for the duration of the game. So off the top of my head, there aren't a lot of cards that this actually affects, because this isn't going to hit swap at all, since it is a keyword ability. It can hit the Legendary Flute, it can hit Awakening Talent Pan, but really besides those, there's not a whole lot that come to mind. There is also the 1-drop Goten, from set 5 that bounces back to the hand as well. But other than cards like those, I don't really feel like this Goku is hitting as much as he could be. He probably should have included swap effects, but if he did, then it couldn't be for the duration of the game, because otherwise it would be like Cronoa, and it would just start a whole nother fire that nobody really wants to deal with. Skipping over number 66, we have number 67, Porunga's Dragon Ball. So I guess that means number 66 is going to be a black super rare, but is it going to be a battle card, an extra card? That remains to be seen. The only difference between these is literally the name of the card. They still serve as Dragon Balls, and it just says if your leader card is a Shenron card, draw 1 card. So really, these cards just exist for the flavor of the deck if you wanted to run these instead of the regular Dragon Balls with Porunga. It is kind of disappointing that they don't have an additional ability, but that's Bandai for you, kind of creating the same cards for different leaders with the exact same abilities. Then we have the last card, Wish to Porunga. It's a 3-cost extra card for black that says, if your leader card is a black Shenron card, choose one of your and your opponent's battle cards with equal energy cost, ignoring barrier. Choose all other battle cards you control, all other battle cards your opponent controls, ignoring barrier, in your and your opponent's hands, then shuffle them into their owner's decks, and then you and your opponent draw 5 cards. So this is kind of like having a Zeno reset, just without the chain attack. However, this does specify you have to have one of the 2 black Shenron leaders, which, no problem there, as they're both really good with both of their awakened abilities. So this basically gives you a soft reset of the game state. The only downside is you and your opponent have to have a battle card with equal energy. Not too difficult of a thing to do, depending on the deck that you're playing, depending on the deck that they're playing. But if you do meet those requirements, you can go all in, dump your entire hand, combo everything you have, and then activate this card to reset your hand and get yourself back up to an even card advantage state with your opponent. I feel like this card can be abused just a bit more than probably intended, but I guess they thought that having that equal energy cost restriction on there seemed to balance it out. It does also mean that you can't use it when you've just completely annihilated everything your opponent has, as you're going to have to leave them with at least 1 card on the board to be able to retaliate with during their next turn. Well, that's going to wrap up the yellow and black reveal for the Clash of Fates theme booster. We've got Namekians, we got Piccolo, we got Porunga, we've got all kinds of awesome stuff with this. And honestly, I was excited for all of the Bardock crew support that we were getting with blue. Now I'm also excited for the yellow Namekian support, and so far this set hasn't let me down. I feel like there's a lot of potential with yellow, just like there's a lot of potential with all the blue stuff as well. And both of them seem to have like silver bullet type effects for certain abilities and certain skills, such as the Borgos and such as the Goku that came in black. There's just a lot of cards that are there to prevent over abusive cards and strategies from completely dominating as they have in the past. But if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys are excited for us having spoilers again every Friday, make sure you hit that like button down below for us. You know, we appreciate the support. We appreciate all of our subscribers as well. We're almost to 1,400. And you guys have been killing it with the support, not only on the Dragon Ball videos, but on other series and other content as well. So we just want to thank you all for that. We're going to go ahead and get the freak out of here now, and we'll see you guys in the next video.